let me out with your smile.
Hey, what's up guys, my name is Cardjitsu and I'm coming at you with another Club Penguin upload. Today is the day after Club Penguin's death. If you guys want to get technical, it's technically yesterday, but it was the middle of the night, so most people consider it yesterday, but I digress. Anyway, Club Penguin was a great game. A whole bunch of my friends in 3rd grade, we played Club Penguin together, and we had a jolly good time, okay? I poured a whole bunch of money into the game. I bought some of the retail stuff to get the codes for online. I bought the memberships, of course, like for a good year or so. And I poured in a lot of my time into Club Penguin when I could have been playing something else. But basically, I'm here to tell you about the game that you're not able to play anymore. Again, if you want to get technical, you can play on a private server, but that's not true Club Penguin, and yet again, I digress. So some of the different games that I can remember pretty vividly were the different board games you could play. There was Find 4, essentially Connect 4 over at the lodge. You could play that game, but I didn't really take to it because I felt that it was boring. And there was Monopoly, and that was a lot of fun. To this day I still don't know how to play it. I know some rules about it, but I don't really understand how the scoring system works. And then there was, of course, Treasure Hunt on Captain Rockhopper's ship. If you don't know who he is, he was like a penguin, part of Club Penguin's story. Club Penguin Island story. That's what it... never mind. I don't want to make that joke because Club Penguin Island sucks! Then, moving on, there was Cardjitsu. I mentioned this in the last video. Cardjitsu was the best game. That was my favorite game, at least. Not everyone's gonna agree with me that it was the best game, but I can remember it pretty vividly. There was the normal Cardjitsu, which I played quite a bit, and it was a lot of fun. Then there was Fire Cardjitsu that came out about a month after I started playing. I can remember that too. It was really popular at the time, but no one played it, and I was able to find someone to play it with on yesterday. Grammar. But I was able to find someone to play it with, and it brought back the memories of the old good times. Besides that, there were a few other things, like Cardjitsu Water. I ended up playing that a few months after its release, because I was like, hey, Club Penguin, let's go ahead and get back on and see what's up about it. But besides that, it was a pretty okay game. It was like, I mean, it was fun, but it wasn't as fun as the older ones. Then you've got Cardjitsu Snow, which that's not even Cardjitsu, it's like a different type of thing. And I'm pretty sure I didn't record the gameplay. But we're gonna go ahead and just move on to the original Cardjitsu, because that's what I've been playing a lot of lately. So as you can see here, I bought a lot of power cards, basically really strong cards, and I bought them all with my not hacked coins. Then I proceeded to wreck everyone who I met. Next up, we've got Kart Surfer. That was my second favorite minigame in Club Penguin. I loved it because it was simplistic, it had good controls. I mean, it had the same controls as most other games in Club Penguin, but it was simplistic, it was fun to play, and it gave you a decent amount of coins every time that you beat it. After that, there's of course the surfboard game. I don't remember its name. It's gonna pop up on screen, but that one I didn't really like when I started playing, but as time went on, I eventually started liking it because, again, I learned the controls and it was fun. But I digress. Moving on, we got the fishing game. That one was pretty good. I can remember finding out the first time that you could catch the big fish at the end by feeding him a little fish, and I went pretty nuts. Then we got the water ski game. I don't remember the name of that. It's Hydro Hopper. I remember now. Hydro Hopper. That game gave you a lot of coins really quickly, but I found it somewhat boring. I mean, no offense to anyone out there who thinks it's interesting, it's just that I personally thought it was boring. And we had the dance game. I forget the name of it, but it was something like Something Dance, or Dance Something. It was essentially DDR, okay? I'm just gonna call it DDR. So what it was that it was DDR, and I am not good at DDR on a keyboard, because because when it comes to being coordinated with the arrow keys and pressing things that are in a line and not in the actual arrow keys formation, then it's kind of hard for me because that, I don't know, it just is. Moving on, we have the jetpack. That one, I can remember having some good times with it back when I was in 3rd grade, but now I just don't know about it. Like, it was kind of boring to me. Not boring as in that it was unplayable boring, but it was boring as in I just want to get this level done as fast as I can boring. But I can remember that I loved it back when I was in 3rd grade. Now, there were also a few other mini games that I missed, like Puffle Launch. As you can see on screen, I'm like just doing some crazy stuff with one of the Puffles. There was also Puffle Rescue, but Puffle Rescue, it's essentially Frogger where you have to go forwards and then you go backwards to the start. So I'm not going to cover that too much. And then there was, of course, oh yes, there was the sledding game. The sledding game, it was quite a bit of fun. You could rarely get enough people to play the 4-player version, so you would usually play the 2-player versions or maybe the 3-player version. But luckily, I was lucky enough to get 3 other players rounded up into a group to play the sledding game, which of course I won by a hair, but I still won. There was the Java Panic game, I forget what its name was. That game, I tried playing it yesterday and I got wrecked. It's extremely hard but extremely fun, or at least it was. Now Club Penguin's dead. You can't play it unless you go into one of the private servers, but yet again, there was also the Fruit Smoothie Smash, whatever it's called, game. That game, I thought it looked like some fun, but I tried it out and it was actually really boring and not practical at all. Lastly, what you could do is that you could make your own mixtape. So go ahead and leave a like on this video if you want to hear my mixtapes in Club Penguin, because I recorded some of those because I thought that you guys might be interested in hearing them. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to watch more of my content. I post CSGO, or at least I did post CSGO twice. I'm gonna post some more CSGO, maybe some Star Wars Battlefront, just showcasing how it stood the test of time over 2 years. Not that well, but it's still pretty decent today. I play some Team Fortress 2 and some Overwatch. No, I play a lot of Overwatch. So go ahead and subscribe to me if you like that kind of stuff. And rest in peace, Club Penguin.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.